The glass shattered before either of us spoke. It hit the kitchen floor between us, spraying tiny diamonds across the tile. Claire wasn't looking at the broken glass. She was looking at my phone. A single message glowed across the screen. "Emily, dinner tonight. I really need someone I can trust." Claire's face turned pale. "Who is Emily?" I didn't answer immediately. I simply picked up the phone and locked the screen. "My best friend." The silence that followed was heavier than the broken glass beneath our feet. "You've never mentioned her." I met her eyes. "You never mentioned Daniel until I found him calling you at midnight." Her lips parted. No words came. 6 months earlier, she had laughed when I questioned her male best friend. "You're being insecure," she'd said. "Men and women can just be friends." That sentence had lived inside my head ever since. Not because I believed it, because I wanted to know whether she did. Daniel slowly became a permanent guest in our marriage. Morning messages, late night calls, weekend coffee, private jokes that stopped whenever I entered the room. Whenever I asked, Claire smiled with perfect confidence. "He's like a brother. Funny." She had never looked at her actual brother the way she looked at Daniel. I stopped arguing. Arguments feed liars. Silence starves them. So I apologized. I accepted her explanation. I even encouraged their friendship. She relaxed. That was exactly what I needed. People reveal themselves once they believe they've won. A week later, I met Emily through a professional networking event. Recently divorced. Intelligent. Kind. There was nothing romantic between us. Only honest conversation. For the first time in months, someone listened without pretending. Claire noticed immediately. She didn't complain. Not yet. Instead, she started asking harmless questions. "How old is Emily? Is she married? Why does she text you so often?" I answered every question with the same sentence she'd once used on me. "She's just my best friend." Each answer made Claire a little quieter. I never intended to make Claire jealous. I intended to expose hypocrisy. There was a difference. While Claire obsessed over Emily, I quietly watched Daniel. Phone records, restaurant receipts, social media check-ins. Patterns emerged. Daniel wasn't simply her closest friend. He was living inside the empty spaces of our marriage. Lunches she never mentioned. Hotel cafes. Weekend drives. None of it proved infidelity. Not yet. But lies rarely travel alone. One afternoon, Emily called. "I think someone is following me." It wasn't paranoia. A security camera outside her apartment showed Claire sitting in her car for nearly an hour, watching, waiting. Suddenly, everything became clear. Claire didn't believe men and women could be just friends. She never had. She simply believed the rule only applied to her. That night, she accused me of emotionally cheating. I almost smiled. Instead, I calmly asked, "Then, what have you been doing with Daniel?" She froze. Only for a second. But guilt always arrives before excuses. I hired a private investigator. Not because I wanted revenge, because assumptions destroy innocent people. Evidence doesn't. 3 weeks later, a thick envelope arrived. Photographs, hotel entrances, hand-holding, kisses, bank transfers, a rented apartment. Claire hadn't been protecting a friendship. She'd been protecting a second relationship. The investigator also uncovered something unexpected. Daniel was engaged. His fiancée knew nothing. Neither did Emily. Neither did I. 4 lives balanced on one woman's carefully constructed lies. I spent 2 days reading every page. Not crying. Not screaming. Just understanding. Truth hurts most when it finally explains everything. I invited everyone to dinner. Claire, Daniel, Emily, Daniel's fiancée. No one knew who else had been invited. Claire arrived first. Relaxed. Confident. Daniel entered 5 minutes later. The color drained from his face. Then, his fiancée walked in. Finally, Emily. The room became painfully quiet. Nobody understood. Until I placed 5 identical folders on the table. Inside each one was the same evidence. Photos. Messages. Financial records. No accusations. Only facts. Claire looked at me. "You planned this." For months. Daniel tried speaking. His fiancée stood up before he could. "You don't deserve an explanation." She walked away without looking back. Emily quietly closed her folder. "I was never part of this," she whispered. "I know," I replied. "You were simply honest." Claire reached for my hand. I moved it away. The gesture hurt her more than shouting ever could. The divorce was surprisingly peaceful. People expected courtroom battles. There weren't any. Claire signed everything. She knew the evidence left no room for stories. Months later, she sent one final letter. She wrote that she'd finally realized trust couldn't survive double standards. I never answered. Some lessons arrived too late to matter. Emily and I remained friends. Nothing more, nothing less. Because genuine friendship never needs secrecy. It never demands lies. It never survives by making someone else feel small. Looking back, people think my revenge was finding another woman. They misunderstand. Emily was never the revenge. She was the mirror. The revenge was allowing Claire to see herself exactly as she had made me feel. Powerless, questioned, replaceable. Only this time, she couldn't call it insecurity. She had called it friendship. Until the same truth was reflected back at her. And that's when everything she believed finally fell apart.